Today's Cowboys mailbag is powered by the Fetch Rewards app. Use promo code COWBOYS when downloading the app at chatsports.com/fetch to get 3,000 bonus points with the app that allows you to scan your receipt for points. It gets you gift cards. The receipts, by the way, you can scan literally any one from any store or restaurant. We'll tell you more about them later on in today's show. Super chat from King Matumba. Isn't a trade, but I would want Earl Thomas. I'm changing the rules, folks. If you super chatted out Earl Thomas, we're going right to the Jack Daniels. Last year, last offseason, it was, I drink for it. Now, right to Jack Daniels. Almost spilled it. I'm out. No more. All right, Brett. Super chat. Producer Brett just looked at me when I said that. Am I the only one who wants an office tour for like 150K subs? We can maybe make that work. We'll do something fun for 150K. I don't know what, but we'll do something fun. King Shadow O-line. If we cut Coop, do we address wide receiver at 24's O-line? Still number one priority. Also, odds of Cowboys trading back 24, the value isn't there. I think the value will be there. I think 24 this year is not that bad of a spot to be. I think it works pretty well for what type of players will be there. We gotta see how free agency plays out. If you lose like Gallup 2, I think 20 receiver could be in play at 24. But if your left guard is like Connor McGovern, I think you might take Kenyon Green or Zion Johnson instead. Jesse Gonzalez. Should Kellen Moore use Lamb like Deebo Samuel? I will start with this, that the best Deebo Samuel is a unique player. Lamb is not Deebo. But utilizing him to get him the ball on handoffs, on routes out of the backfield, absolutely. I wanted the Cowboys to do that this year, and I was mad that they did not. Even the Chargers have used Keenan Allen like that to an extent. From Bill, self-made millionaire. Congrats to you. What is Zeke worth in a trade? Not much. There's not a lot of value for a running back with a massive career workload, coming off a couple down years, and an injury who's super expensive. That does not intrigue teams in the modern day NFL. If you trade Zeke, I don't think you're getting much of anything on that front. I don't think Zeke carries a ton of trade value. You're banking on a team being stupid, which is what a lot of you guys who want to trade Zeke are really asking for. Jeremy says Texans, yes. If Houston wants to be dumb, let's ride. But you're not getting a premium pick because his contract, not great for a new team. $12.4 million this year. Who wants that? Nobody wants that for what Zeke has been as of late. So with that in mind, what do you want to do with Zeke this year? I think you keep him for a year and then make a decision next year. But what do you guys say? Type in K for keep or type in D for dump. From Kathleen Callahan, what do you think of Michael Thomas? Swap for Amari, save money. I don't know about that one. I am worried about Michael Thomas. I think there are some issues there between Thomas and the Saints, and this might surprise you guys. You don't really save that much money by swapping out Amari Cooper for Michael Thomas. You still owe Michael Thomas, look at his money right now, about $15.5 million, which you're still eating 6 of Amari Cooper's. I think it's 6, so it's kind of a lateral move, and Michael Thomas is older. I say no. Sport. If Linderbaum falls to us with steel right tackle, that would set our O-line right. I would love a scenario in which your offensive line is this. It is a healthy Tyron Smith. How about Lyle Collins at left guard, Linderbaum at center, Zach Martin at right guard, Terrence Steele at right tackle. I think that works really well. Is it the most likely outcome? Not so sure on that one. Kevin Hernandez, and then I want to shout out Brett again here. Does McCarthy get dropped if the same mistakes are made halfway through the year? Maybe. Here's your problem. If the mistakes keep getting made and you say promote Dan Quinn to head coach and the Cowboys get into the postseason with Dan Quinn, do you promote Quinn or do you still go hire Sean Payton? So, hypothetically. So, I would wager McCarthy keeps his job until the Cowboys are officially eliminated from the postseason. Today's show, as I mentioned, is helped out by our sponsor, the Fetch Rewards app. Download it today at chatsports.com/fetch and get 3,000 bonus points when you use promo code Cowboys. Use the app to scan receipts from anywhere, any store, restaurant, gas station, local mom and pop shop, you name it. If you have a receipt, both physical or an emailed one, you can use it. If it doesn't get the name of the store for whatever reason, you can type it in to still make sure it works, and you will get points for any and all receipts. So download the app today at chatsports.com/fetch and use promo code Cowboys to get you 3,000 bonus points. Earn points on any receipt from any store or restaurant, then redeem those points for gift cards and other rewards. Link will be in the comment section and in the description. Steve Lee, Dak is not that good. He's like Romo. Doesn't show up in meaningful games. How about that, Clayton? So this was an argument between Steve and Clayton earlier. I think that Dak is about as good as Tony Romo was, and both those QBs were really friggin' good. I loved both of them, or I should say love both of them. And frankly, Romo was actually super clutch, just like Dak Prescott is. The results got to be better, I agree. Not your quarterback's fault there. Cole Haggard, then I do want to get to Brett's super chat, Jeremy. Is it wrong that I want Dan Quinn to be our team's motivation coach? I get where you're coming from. You are describing head coach. And at that point, I get it. Brett super chatted, you see up my other super. I believe the one you're referring to is what happened to the grades videos. That's the only one I see in there, which we actually did get earlier, Brett, on the previous mailbag. It was, the views weren't there, so we did what the people wanted to have instead. But those were fun. I agree. From Aaron, get Tom Brady as OC. I mean, it makes more sense than a Romo. I would suspect that Brady doesn't want to coach. But yeah, it's probably it's not likely. But he doesn't have the same cushy, broadcasting job right now. I don't know if Brady, with the way he's wired, I don't know if he'd be a good coach. He's kind of like MJ, like Michael Jordan, not a good coach. It doesn't work very well. I would wonder if Brady might make more sense as kind of like. Exactly. He would expect and be wired so differently that it wouldn't connect very well with the players. I'd wonder if he could be a Manning, be a better front office guy than a head coach. Or an Elway, too. Enrique Sanchez, would you prefer re-signing Schultz for a cheap price or drafting Jeremy Ruckert? I mean, if it's cheap, sign Schultz. You're not going to get Schultz for cheap. He's going to cost you $10+ million, I would suspect. So I do think Jeremy Ruckert would be a great tight end option for Dallas on day 2, maybe 3rd round, somewhere in there. Underused at Ohio State. Overall, it's a good tight end class for the Cowboys. Producer Jeremy says, always trust Jeremy. Well, you can always trust us here at the Cowboys Report. If you want free videos every single day, hit that big red button and subscribe. We've got them on latest Cowboys news, rumors, trades, draft, etc., and, of course, these mailbags. So join us by subscribing right now. Geo Smith, is every person in the Cowboys org playing, coaching, working for their jobs this season? Coaching outside of, I'd say, Dan Quinn, probably, at least in some capacity, coaching for their jobs. Playing, to an extent, I've got interest on that one. There are some players, contract-wise, like CeeDee Lamb's not playing for his job. Micah Parsons is not. Dak's really not. But the majority of guys are. Working for your front office isn't. I think that's actually your root cause, is that teams get desperate and they get aggressive. The Bengals were desperate, they got aggressive. The Rams are super aggressive and desperate. That urgency from the very top of your ownership with Stephen Jones on down doesn't exist. And I think that's a root cause of the Cowboys' issues for years now. Electric Fire. Should we try to draft Devin Lloyd? Him and Parsons would be an insane duo. If Lloyd is there in round 1 at 24, I have zero complaints about taking him. It'd be a solid value. It would work out for Dallas. I would take Lloyd if he were there at the back end of round 1. From Brett again, how would an is it HEB or HEB? It's HEB, right? That's why I thought. Someone said HEB at one point. I was like, that's not right.
It stands for Here Everything's Better.
Oh, okay. I'm not familiar with that much with the place, but yes, sponsorship does sound great, Brett. Someone told me it was pronounced HEB. I'm like, that's not right, you moron. So hit me up. You can just hit me up on Twitter, Brett at WhatGoingDown, and we'll see if we can work something out there. Thank you. Yoda in high school. Wow, this is awesome. If the Rams win the Super Bowl, is the new strategy throw away picks for good players? I've argued before that the NFL in general, especially day 3 picks, they undervalue the players and overvalue the picks. Remember when you swapped a 6th for Robert Quinn? Do more of that stuff. Those day 3 picks, you're not going to hit that often. So be aggressive. Now, to the extreme of LA, probably not. But I do think more teams should trade day 3 picks for quality players. From Alexander the OK, that's funny. Should Dallas draft Jordan Davis, the Bulldogs defensive tackle? I'd have interest. I think that Davis is a tricky prospect. As a run stopper, awesome. But he was a part-time player for Georgia. He was not much of a pass rusher. He played less than 50% of the snaps. But when he was out there, he was arguably the best player on that loaded defense. And I'll throw this in there too. I think the modern-day NFL, the too-high coverage is going to become more and more popular. And if I'm right on that, the value of a prominent run-stopping nose guard actually goes up in value, so you can keep that safety back deep and stop the run with a lighter box, which I think would benefit teams like Dallas and others by taking Jordan Davis. I would not be mad if they took him at 24. I would probably have higher graded players on the board, but I would not be upset with it. So let me know in the comments, who do you want the Dallas Cowboys to draft in round 1 this year of the NFL Draft? Sir Wilbert rocking the Sean Oakman profile picture. Who do you want the most in the draft that's somewhat realistic? If I can count Tyler Linderbaum as somewhat realistic, that's the route I would go. Now, he, of course, is the center from Iowa. I don't know if that's really a likely outcome, but I would at least try to bring in, Linderbaum if I could make it happen. I don't know if it does, though. Kevin Fernandez, does LVE get re-signed, and would you want him to return? At the right cost, sure. I got no issues on that one. I want him as a part-time player. I'm not going to commit long-term to him, so I'd be okay. It all comes down to cost for me. Boss Man Fat asking for a friend. You think Cowboys will pass on Corn in the first 2 rounds and roll with Joseph? I mean, I could see them still, drafting someone in round 3, but you got to give the reins to Kelvin at some point, unless he has like a disastrous offseason or something weird, which, again, why did that happen? I don't know. You spent a top 50 pick on him. You got to give him the chance at some point. Otherwise, why'd you draft him? He played well in a small role this year. I say start him. Electric Fire, who do you want to the Super Bowl, the Rams or the Bengals? I'm going Bengals, but I want to hear from you guys. Who are you cheering for in the Super Bowl? Type in B for the Bengals or type in R for the LA Rams. Let me know right now in the comments section. If I did not get to your question on today's live show, I'm sorry. There are a lot of them. You can all blame producer Jeremy. He's just a loser Eagles fan. Hit me up on Twitter at WhatGoingDowney. My DMs are open.